Hi, everybody. I wanted to give you a little bit of feedback. Um, you'll be able to see two or three of your peers. That always helps. It's a little bit more like being in the classroom. So let's jump in here. Jermaine, I think, let's remove, this is for everybody. I may not repeat some of these things that are true of all of you, but and very common, but I may. Delete the logins, just select it, hit delete. Make sure that all of your socials are linked up to the accounts that were provided. And let's see, so specifically, let's make sure we have the logo in the header, all right? That way it will be on every page. And you do want to make sure we don't crop it. Sometimes that takes a little work. And great image here, not real sharp, but in places it is, and it's fine. It doesn't appear, it may be glassware, but it doesn't feel that way, so it's okay. We do need more contrast here. I recommend going with the blue of the company for sure instead of the purple. Blue and purple might work. It's the yellow and purple that don't always feel right. But yellow and blue works, and purple and blue will work. So do pump that up a little bit here. For this particular background, we need to have it adjust the color to the blue instead of the red. I know this is from the template. Let's see if our links are working. Okay. I see this a lot, and I know it seems like a real good idea, but we need to remove the background if it's the logo. It won't be sharp. It's the client wants to see a nice sharp logo, and it will be cropped off. And so we can't, that's like a brand, you know, you wouldn't crop off Nike. They'd have a problem with that. Again, while you're at it, I would change these to blue also. A little easier to read, certainly with the headings. All caps. Okay. And I would just change this to the blue. Be sure to insert Real Deal Taco here. All right. Okay. We do want to remove these icons that are behind here, the hamburger and smiley face, that are from the template. Back to this. Yeah, that's what I would do there. Dating that and that. Let's see, your locations are linking fine. We've got a black heading here and red here, so yeah, I would take all this and make it blue, and then maybe this could be white for legibility, and maybe that too. So if I say who we are, we're down here. Okay, let's avoid overlapping images. Okay, it means something is sacrificed usually. I would make that the blue, make it a little darker. Make that blue. Okay, the news page isn't there. What you can do is go into your pages and menu in your editor and add a page. Maybe a blog would work for this, and rename it news, and then put that content that is provided. Otherwise, take that off. Okay. Okay, it's duplicated, but I'm going to say okay for that image. But definitely this. No maps unless they're coming up. Okay, take out the hamburger if you're going to use that, and take out Mr. Burger. Okay, so if we're here, and then we go here, And then the menu, we go back here. Okay. All right. Now, it's possible that you try to put your logo in the header and it missed it somehow and ended up in your background. But yeah, this could be the blue and this font can be blue too. All right, this is a great start. Not a lot of edits, but they're going to be important ones and they're going to make a huge difference. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing this one. All right, gave you a little bit of feedback tonight on this one for your when you were looking at your template. We want to focus more on the tacos. This is really small for what we're trying to promote. So let's make the Real Deal Tacos larger and in the header. This, make sure it's in your header. I'll know when I click on one. Let's get rid of the more. All right, we'll check the news, but we don't need that. Contact needs to go last. And what that means is in your pages and menus, you're going to pull this one out and delete that one. You're going to pull it out from under more, and you'll have news there, but you want contact on the other side of that. So remove these things that don't apply and that are the template. Okay. Center that correctly. Okay, you've provided padding, so it's all right to insert that. Okay, interesting. Okay. I don't usually see this template being used. And once you get everything out that doesn't apply, I think it's going to be really interesting. Okay. I'm going to let that go for the moment. Probably don't need that. Definitely take that out, and I would take that out. Those aren't relevant to the taco truck. I would take this out. The logo again is going to go in the header, and at which point you're probably going to need to bring this up and not have so much empty space or that. You're doing really well up here, and then we kind of jump back to the template. Remove all of the template information. Make sure you have the disclaimer in your footer. And let's see, right now you've got everything on a one page, which means everything is on the home page. Definitely want to clean that up. Ooh, no. Yeah, let's look at these, rename these, and you'll need to work on that. This would have to come out from under menu. Drag these out first in your pages and menu. Go to your pages, and these are all underneath this. Pull them out, and then let's see, I believe that let's see what your menu, okay. All of these are a part of your menu as you have them. I'm not sure you have everything that's on the menu. There needs to be everything, so you may need a second page. But I think you're just going to use this. These are all linking, but bring this out and rename it menu. Okay. And once you bring it out, you'll have this menu there. You can probably get rid of that, rename that one once it's out, and that will take you to your menu. And you can just scroll. Don't have these anchors there. Okay, don't delete the content, but don't have these anchors, I think. Okay. Fascinating. Okay. Okay, maybe it needs to say RDT Jupiter, RDT Saturn, so we understand what it's about. Left align everything. I mean, otherwise you really have to think about the shape that they're making, and they need to be the same number of lines for sure. And this really isn't going into the locations provided, is it? So we got to have those real locations. Okay. I'm curious where this came from. Let me know. We don't have a Discord for this company or Twitch, so double check that. Of course, we need to rename the Twitter. Okay. The thing about this one is you're really going to want to use the client's colors for sure. That's going to be really important to them. And again, that's going to be larger. So, you know, I can see that you spent a little time. You just need to spend a little more time streamlining what you have here. Working on the links and things as well. Removing some of the content. That would be the first thing. Let's take out the placeholders. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, you actually do have this. And you're using your own content. So you've got to make sure you're using the content that the client provided. All right. Terms and conditions. We don't need this. Not for a fictitious site. And you're going to say down here, you're going to input that line of the disclaimer. Okay, we're going to move on, but fascinating. You just, you know, try to incorporate what was required and clean up the navigation and so forth. All right, great job. Okay. All right, good. You'll want to close this up, and maybe you're trying and it won't move up. It means that maybe there's content stopping it. So this would have to be selected and brought up. And once you did that, you would be able to grab the orange handle and bring everything up. All right. Let's try and have this a little higher contrast. Maybe white or a light blue, or maybe you change the background. Okay. You are free to edit this. It's a little long, but you know, that's so that if you need it, but you are free to edit that down to suit you. Nice image though with that. Okay. Everything is there, appears to be. Okay. All right. Trying to be certain that this content is added and not a picture of words that, you know, would not be searchable. Okay. Okay. So we wouldn't need this. So you can go into your pages and menu and delete that. We do need locations. So, decide where you can put it, but you'll need to have a location section, okay? So that instead of, just this, you're going to add all the content, but you're off to a really great start. Super clean. It has its own look. So the menu is right here in the center. You may need to center some of this content. Something isn't quite centered. It could be, no, something's not quite centered here, right? Okay. Great job. Good work. You have very little that you need to work on. All right. I really like how this is looking. Be mindful if it's video. It seems like it's a treatment, but video will slow things down. But so far, it's looking good, nice and clean, easy to read. Let's check the link. Okay, it's coming up. Yeah, that background needs to be optimized. It took a little while. You may need a little padding, I think, on your edges here. It's a lot of white space here, probably an image or an icon or something. Doesn't have to be much. I do like this image. That's really great. Okay, let's not have anything coming soon. And these need a little more contrast there. Your icons. Let's see. And good, let's center that. Let's add down here in the footer, you need to insert the business name again the second time. Make the logo a little bigger. I like how nothing's overlapping. That's good. You've got this white space though. I don't know if that's something that's loading slowly, but check that out. Okay. I'm not sure that that shape is working. You might want to tweak that a little. I know you've done a lot and probably have some things in mind left to do. Increase some padding or spacing here in that gutter for that column. Let's check your buttons. Okay, yeah, we can cut this down a lot. And let's see. Make sure all those are linked. Center that. So contact us needs to go to the contact strip here. So you would go into the contact page and link that to this. If you have any questions, contact me and I can help walk you through it. Let's put the contact us after the news, so it's at the end. I'm trying to have fewer clicks to our content. So if we click news, we kind of want to land on the news page. Would be good. I'm not sure what's coming here. So I think you have plans for it. Make sure that that is updated next week. You'll be working on your portfolio site this week, and you're just going to have a skeleton of the, your basic layout is what you want. Okay. Yeah, you're going to need to have a solution there, maybe putting it in the footer or the header so that doesn't disappear. Go up here. This could go in your header. All right. Easy to read navigation. You've got some great things going on. Usually something like this would work back here so it drops back. We want the background information not to compete with the foreground. And this kind of is. I know it's a, it's a taco. Nice. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, you've added more. Okay, yeah. If I click on it, I have a feeling that you'll want to rename the images. Let's see. Usually when we roll over something, it will give us the name, but it's not doing it in this one. Because then you want to rename your files, which you may end up doing. The more images you have, once you get to accessibility and SEO, it's going to take a little more because your files will have to be named and just right for accessibility. So keep that in mind. Streamline just saves time everywhere. All right. Okay. Let's center this. It could be the way it's laid out, but in the responsiveness, but let's align that, and let's make sure we have your contact and your locations up here, and you could put your logo up here because it does need to be on each page. If it's in the header, it'll be on each page. Let's make this white, probably a little more headroom there. This is showing up well. And for some reason, I will come up here to see if these are linked. Yes, good job. Delete the login. This would probably be better, all caps. You'd want to center that, probably bring that up. I would probably see if I could put that line here so it says news events rather than and. Wrap that up here just to check it out. Okay, I'd go with the blue of the company. I know it feels repetitive to us as we're looking at it. Let's close this up. But, well, perhaps this is where you're going to put your sides. Okay. The menu is the place that takes the most time. Let's make the headers bolder or a little darker so we can read this a little better. It's kind of light. Okay. Probably reduce this a little, which means you would have to grab the whole content, bring it up in order to make the footer smaller. The content will stop it from being adjusted. Okay. I like this image. Not sure about this because I don't see it in very many other places, so it doesn't feel like a style. I would make this a little wider, probably make this a little, maybe you'd have to crop it a little to make it fit, but it's a lot of scrolling for that image and it leaves a lot of white space. Make sure you're using the same font throughout. Check the wrapping, how these lines wrap, because there'll be gaps, right? So double check that. Use the same size font, same style, and provide padding between your columns. And I probably centered this. You might get it on 2 lines. That might work for you. Same thing here on the line spacing, the wrapping of your text. A little less space between. Yeah, a little more padding here, make it consistent. Make sure everything is centered. All right, so you're going to need a contact, and I don't see it anywhere, so the easiest thing to do is to go into Pages and Menu in your Wix editor and add a contact page, and make sure it's at the end. It will probably show up there. that will be the best thing. And then you'll need to add a location page in the same way and add the location content. The events, you will need to have a news up here that links here, or add a page that is for your news in your pages and menu, and then copy and paste this onto that page and take it out. That's the fastest way to do it. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm really excited to see what you're going to be doing next week. I just love watching this development. So have a great evening, and I will see you online.